Hey guys, so my mom said I should make a video about autism and stuff and, my life with autism and how it affects me. Well, honestly, I don't really think about it that much. I mean, it's a big part of who I am and stuff, but honestly, I don't know. I don't really think about it that much. I was born with autism, and that's one of the reasons I think the way I do about vaccines. I just think it's completely bogus to think that vaccines cause autism because, like I said, I was born with autism, and so how could something happening after I was born lead to autism when it's like you're born with autism. It's not like, so therefore, vaccines can't cause it. Anyways, I've been through a lot over the years. I was like, I had a rough go at school. I had a rough go with things. I didn't fit in very well, so whenever I go to school, I either wouldn't fit in or I'd start getting bullied or something, and then they moved me to the next school. I would start getting bullied there, so they moved me to the next school, and then I start getting bullied there, so I'd move on to the next school, and so on and so forth. You know where I'm going with this. Anyways, yeah, it sucked. Kindergarten was the worst though, because apparently I had these headphones because of my AP. They gave them to me and they said, put them on whenever you get overwhelmed and stuff, and that's how it was supposed to go. My teacher would turn it into a power struggle, and I could only have the headphones when she said I could have the headphones. And so I started acting up because I was overstimulated, and one time she actually, I'm not mentioning names because I don't want this person to get in trouble because it happened just so long ago, but basically, I was acting up in class one day, and she hit me, and I was really upset about it, but she told me not to tell anyone or else I'd never get the headphones back ever again. So, yeah, that sucked. There's some good moments, too. I had the best teacher ever. Her name was Christy York, and she was like my 4th grade teacher. But then they found out she had a brain tumor, and she had to stop teaching. She got because it went wrong. It was supposed to be a simple surgery, and she was supposed to be back for the fifth grade to teach, but there was complications during the surgery, and she ended up getting a couple strokes, and so she wasn't able to teach anymore, so that was really sad, especially because she was my favorite teacher. The substitute we got instead was terrible. She would, at the end of the day, she would, tell Grandma all the things I did wrong, only she would tell Grandma in front of everyone, so that everyone else could just join in and be like, oh yeah, Megan did this, Megan did that, Megan's a piece of shit. So, that teacher made me cry a lot, but I was in 5th grade, what do you expect? Anyways. And then people started bullying me because I kissed my friend, who was a boy, his name was August. I kissed him on the cheek, and then bullying, it just got so much worse. So much so that I just decided to stop going to that school anymore. But then I went to this Nazarene Christian school, and it was just, I've been to that one off and on for years, and I hated it. Mrs. Jones, her name is Kim Jones, and she was the bane of my existence back then. I had this thing where I was really sensitive to sound, right? Like I told you. Well, she would get to know me just to find my weak points. She would get to know me just to find my weaknesses, and so she could exploit them. So whenever I wasn't focusing or I was trying to think about something before I did it, she thought I wasn't paying attention, so she'd snap right in my ear just to scare me. Make me jump a foot. I would jump like a foot in the air because it just freaked me out. And yet she did it on purpose. Just to, like, trigger. Like, she would just do that on purpose. Because she knew it was hard, those things were hard for me. Like, seriously, at 7, she told me, "Oh, you should have... Really? You forgot your lunch? Well, you should have been making your own lunch. You're 7. And then she tried to starve me for the rest of the day. And then my sister Ashley had to stand up for me. And, like, if Ashley wasn't there and hadn't gotten me some lunch, I wouldn't have eaten it all that day. And this was when I was, like, 7. Okay? So, like I said, I've been to that school, like, off and on. First I went to kindergarten. And I went to Nazarene Christian school. And then I went to Muddy Creek. Then I went to Nazarene Christian school. And then I went to Monroe. That wasn't very good. They didn't really get me there either. And then I went to Connections Academy. Didn't do too well there. And then I just dropped out and decided to get my GED. And that worked a lot better. So, yeah. It still affects me to this day. Like, I don't get some social cues. Like, I still have a problem with the sensitivity to light and sound and stuff. And, yeah. But it's all, like, I've learned how to turn my weaknesses into strengths. What was I saying? I don't know. I ran out of space, so I had to remove some stuff from my phone and my pictures, so I would have more space to make this video. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, my autism. It has its benefits, but it also there's negative things that come along with it. Yeah. What should I say? I mean, yeah. Like, sometimes it's hard to pick up on social cues. And sometimes it's like, certain things are harder. I still have a sensitivity to light and sound. I like to be kind of on a schedule, but I also like to be spontaneous and stuff. Sometimes I don't get humor, but most of the time I do. Like, they say people with autism don't get humor or whatever, but that's like one of the biggest myths there is. So, yeah. Like, I still have a temper about a country mile wide, but I think that's more of a personality trait than, just being because I have autism. I mean, my grandma and my mom both have tempers, so I think that's just genetic. I mean, autism is just genetic too, but I think my temper isn't related to having autism. So, yeah. Yeah. Autism pretty much affects, like, I don't think about it, but it pretty much affects every part of my life. Sometimes for the good and sometimes for the bad. really think of it as a good or bad thing. It just, something is part of me, and I have my own, and it causes problems sometimes, but it also helps me sometimes. So you just have to take the bad with the good. Learn to laugh at yourself, and yeah. Sorry, I'm not like Shakespeare, like Socrates or something like that. But I'm sure I could do some kind of philosophical video if you wanted me to, but that's basically it. Also, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, place a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe, okay? Thanks. If you like these videos and you want to see more, please ring the bell icon. The bell icon is right by the subscribe button, and if you click that button, you get to get notified every time I upload a new video. So if you're a fan of mine and you want to keep watching my videos and be notified every time I make a new one, push the bell icon below down by the subscribe button. Thanks, guys. I'm working on the next video as we speak. Peace out.